Welcome back to another episode aboard Sailing Vessel Holiday. I'm Holly along with Captain Johan. Welcome aboard. So we are actually making our way now from St. John's, where we left off in the last video, here in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and we are making our way back towards Puerto Rico. We do have a mooring there, so we have been calling that home sweet home in between when we are sailing the British Virgin Islands and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
So we got sunshine on this side, right down the middle. Rain on this side.
So the first leg of this trip is approximately 39 miles back to Culebra. And we just spent one night there and got up the next morning and headed back for Puerto Rico, which was about 78 miles. And we were averaging really this whole trip anywhere from 5 to 6 knots. So actually the second day was the longest day getting back to Puerto Rico. So we think after we've been gone after the last couple of weeks that our mooring we had set has shifted because we have seemed to have moved closer to the boat that was behind us. But that's really no big deal because we were planning on moving our mooring once more closer in for Henry to watch for us while we go back to Texas. He's going to keep an eye on it for a couple of months and air out the boat, and that makes all the difference in the world when you can have somebody come air out your boat. So while we're here in Puerto Rico, we do have an anniversary, our 25th anniversary, so we rented an Airbnb for the weekend, and it overlooked the ocean. It was a cute little place. I was looking forward to taking a bath in this bathtub, but it did not fill with water. It was designed to where it wouldn't fill, so I was kind of bummed out about that, but it was a cute little place. A little one-bedroom condo, I guess you could say, attached to a residential home that they lease out for an Airbnb, but it was plenty for us. I did think we were going to be able to walk over to the ocean side, but there was a fence between us and the ocean. So since it took us most of the day to work our way up to the northwest side of Puerto Rico, and the check-in time was about 3 o'clock, so by the time we got checked in, everything settled in, we were hungry, and we were on our way to find us a good steak dinner for our anniversary. So the next day we head out and we go to find some beaches up on the northwest coast, and it did not disappoint. So after cruising around for a while and finding a few beaches, we found one that we wanted to spend the rest of the day at. But we heard that there was the ruins of an old lighthouse down the road, so we decided to go check it out. This is here in Borquin, I think is how you say the name. But it was built in 1889, and it was a lighthouse that guided ships traveling to and from Spain and the Panama Canal. This lighthouse was destroyed in 1918 by an earthquake and tsunami that struck the west coast of Puerto Rico. So we So we're at one of the original beaches we found that we wanted to hang out at for the day. And this place was fantastic.
Put it in a jug, makes you wanna get naked. But I jumped on a Greyhound bus one night, took it all the way to the end of the line. Stepped down in the sun when my feet hit the sand. What a long, strange trip. I spent my whole life running around.
So, take that hippie. Time we pack up, we're headed back to the Airbnb. But it's been a really good day. You're welcome.
Congratulations.
So there was a proposal that went on the beach, and they asked if we would videotape it secretively. So that's what the thank you is about on that. So congratulations to them. So we are actually headed back to Salinas, and we plan on taking the boat out to a place called Cayo Matias. It's where we've been taking the boats. It's some little islands right just out of the marina area, to where we can make a little more noise while we're finishing up this deck work. So he has gotten real close, so the more time we can spend out here, the better. And plus, I really don't mind, because I like being out here on the anchor alone and very quiet. So we spent 3 days out there working on the deck. He's been working on this deck for about 6 months straight now. He's completely tore out all the old wood and replaced it and did the epoxy work the right way. You know, we've seen a lot of hacks where people are trying to rebuild the deck, and he did it right. I guess that's the engineer in him. So anyways, we've got a nice solid deck, and I'll put up some pictures at some point between the before and after pictures, so you can really see the difference. But he has done a fantastic job.
That was it. Here we go. Hey, stop. No? Yeah, here we go. It's not that easy.
Well, they're just on the boat next door.
Yeah.
I waved.
It's good.
And now it's yours.
And now it's on.
It's on. So we are about to move the mooring. Got our little barrel set up. We are going to move a little further in, so when we're gone during hurricane season, Mr. Henry, our friend, can look after our boat while we're gone for a few months. And it's starting to get a little crowded down here. So we are up. It's about 6:30 now in the morning. We have to find the calmest part of the day to move this thing. So he's gonna scuba dive down and set the barrel, fill it with air, lift the mooring, and we drag it over to our new spot.
Morning.
There's the scuba diver captain this morning. You ready to get wet?
Yes. Beautiful morning.
You need some help? So we've moved it before. We had help though, but this morning we don't have any help. But he managed to build everything. He mimicked what they have done before, so this should work out. Okay, we are at our new spot, but we are on our way to get the mooring. Mr. Jacques Cousteau. Okay, so we're pulling some of the chain up. It is nasty.
Jävla skit. Sink.
Okay,
We walk it around here.
okay. Okay, he's down there with the barrel. Okay, so she is surfaced.
I think you did.
Okay, so we've toted our barrel back over to Holiday, and what we're going to do is we're going to set it right off to the front.
To the right. That's what you said.
And let the air out of it and let it sink.
We're gonna need more hose.
He don't have his weights on, so he's having a hard time getting down. You were floating.
Give me the knife again.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. All right. Take this.
Awesome. Okay, they are set out there. The mooring ball. Everything's back on board. We're actually going to let it sit for about 24 hours before we latch onto it. Give it time to settle. Good job, Captain. Good morning. Captain's ready to go. We're about to go pick up our anchor at our old spot. And this is our new mooring spot. A little closer into the marina. He's ready to do some diving.
Oh yeah.
Yuck. Okay, now we're at Part B. We're coming to get our old anchor. Oh, it's actually coming?
No, this is down for the anchor.
So he's going to have to scuba dive down for it. We're going to set our barrel, fill it full of air, pull it up enough to tote it to where we need to go, which is back over. So it's barrel time this morning again.
Barrel away.
So we are actually going to pick up our second mooring we built. Good morning from Salinas. Beautiful morning. We built a second mooring just to make sure that Holiday is okay during hurricane season. We're going to be headed back to Texas in just a couple of weeks, so we're going to throw out a bunch of anchors, have 2 moorings, so we should be pretty set if we don't have too bad of a storm. So yeah, we're actually headed over there, pick up our mooring and drag it back over here. So we're filling the barrel with water. We're gonna get it to sink. And he's gonna go attach it to the new mooring. And then he's gonna use his regulator to fill that barrel full of air. And it'll make it pop back to the surface. And then it should pick that mooring up off the ground just enough for us to start dragging it back to our boat over there.
Look what I can do.
That's what I was thinking. Look what you can do. You're just floating.
Hold on to the hose.
okay?
Yeah, very good.
Good morning. We are taking down the sails, getting ready to head back home for the season. We have got 2 moorings now and 3 anchors, so we think we'll be pretty good.
A little bit of smoking.
We gotta keep folding it as it goes.
Yeah.
Look at us, look at me.
Look at you. Okay, that was the sail it down. That's a good start. Looking for a ghost there. No. Not too shabby. Okay. You're going to take a break. I'm gonna walk on the next one because this one is easier in the sense.
Put that
Don't-
right there.
Easy for you to say.
So this is how we leave the boat. We pull the cushions up and make sure everything can get air all the way around everything while we're gone. And now we are headed for San Juan Airport, headed back to good old Texas, and we will see you guys on the next one. This will be our last video for this season, so we hope you will join us again on the next go round. Thanks again for watching.